The fools of today know nothing of the mysteries of the past. They walk down streets built upon the bones of fallen empires that gave them their technology, their magic, the very blood that courses through their veins. Great empires once ruled all around. The first occurred when man was just a scavenger. They were the Salas, snake men as the ignorant call them today. Their magic was strong but dark and connected to the foul outer gods. This connection would be their downfall as the outer gods charge a steep price for their knowledge. In the end, their dealings brought a cataclysm down upon Ura that nearly destroyed all life. What remained clawed slowly out of the devastation and began to rebuild. As they did, they found the remnants of the Salas. They discovered their cities, science and magic, even some of their experiments. They took the magic as their own, swearing not to abuse it as the reptilians had, as if they could resist the allure of its power. They might have sworn off worship to the outer gods, but they were playing with the same fire. They called this the Age of Wonder, and the imbeciles still look back upon it with their stories of fables and romance. True, there was more magic, science, and prosperity then, probably more than at any other time before or since, but they were as ignorant as the fools today. Their meddling led to the weakening of the weave between the worlds, and through this weakened weave, the Celestians were able to emerge. The Gilded Ones, with their beauty and perfection, soon took control of everything, and then began fighting amongst themselves and using man as their pawns. Eventually, those who fought against them closed the hole between the worlds, cutting them off from the power that made them godlike. Overnight, they went from being gods to merely powerful mortals. Mortals that could be killed. The last of the most recent follies from man was the unenlightened glory of Rozar. The greatest of man's empires, it stretched farther and more significant than any man's nations throughout history. The fools of Rozar believed themselves superior to all, and they pushed against all other races. They thought if they could force them into the worst corners of the world, or even exterminate them, they would have harmony and a perfect world. Little did the Daleks realize that man is his own worst enemy, and the Empire crumbled before even 1,000 years had passed. Now Ura is a fractured land divided up between rival nations, dark magic, and the worshipping of foul gods is once more on the rise as the lessons of the past have all been forgotten. Now these fools will bring down the same calamities as their ancestors. And my fellows and I will watch and laugh. Oh, how we'll laugh.
Horror movie.
Horror movie.
You just
Went to a horror movie. Hey, guess what?
Well, are we?
What's up, lads?
We're live!
Hey.
Who would have thunk it?
Unmuted, even.
Oh, okay.
We're live, unmuted even.
Yeah, let me double check
Picked
here.
up two. Okay.
Yep, there it is.
Maybe
We're good. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tales from a Savage Land. Do, 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 do.
Of a Savage Land. From
Did I
Savage
say
Land?
what? No, Tales of a Savage Land. I always get all my stuff wrong.
It's okay. It's not like we've done dozens of episodes.
The thing with it is like I'm hopped up right now on cold medication. But
That's good.
here's the thing: I feel like I'm different in how I'm acting. But like I was insured by Adam when we recorded the episode of the Down Roll. He's like, "No, you're fucking shit up just like you always do. It's all the same."
A gentle soul.
Totally, 100%. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tales of a Savage Land. I am Will DM. I'm your game master for this evening, and we play. We play the Savage Worlds rule set in our fantasy-esque game. So let's go ahead and introduce everybody. But before I get into people introducing everybody, Grace, who plays Ari, is out gallivanting on something called I think she said vacation, right? I don't know what this word is.
I've never
But
heard that word.
yeah,
No.
I don't know what it is. But
I know day off.
there was something along the lines of I heard a yacht was involved and like
I believe it's pronounced Yachita.
Yachita. Yeah, something like that.
Yachita. Yeah, that's
So-
how they
You gotta say it with more
that's how they pronounce it.
syllables.
Yachita.
When in doubt, just add more syllables.
That's the Canadian way, right?
We actually take them away.
Ah,
I feel like doing the Monty Python. You're very silly, man, and I'm not talking to you.
yeah. So, but Grace is not here, so that's why we have the artwork up there for Ari. But everybody else is here. So, with that having been said, why don't we go ahead and we shall start off with Tony. Why don't you go ahead?
Hey, everybody, I'm Uncle Tony playing Mischief Mayfair. How you like it? I'm gonna
like
go with
That's
Mischief
pretty good.
I like it.
Mayfair.
I like it.
Drop the
I don't know
block
what
of-
the hell all this shit is, but I like
It's mischief, dude.
This
You
is
got
this is the
Mischief.
so like in American Sign Language. This means mischief. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, magical mischief.
Ah, well,
Hey,
what's-
so
what's-
quick question: If when you were the disciple of the sun god, it was all your magic was humana humana. Now that it's mischief, is it different now? A different sound?
Oh, yeah, it is different. It is a different
I
sound.
think we
Yeah.
established.
I think it's
it was
now-
humana
if-
humana.
Yeah.
I think if I remember correctly, last week we established it was Waka Waka. Is that right?
That's right.
Oh.
It is. It's the Fozzie Bear. It's a waka waka.
Very mischievous.
Ah,
Yeah, thanks, Tony, for clearing that up.
Yeah, we
Perfect.
appreciate that,
Thank
man.
you.
yeah.
Excellent.
I hate you.
So next on the hit parade, we have Jonathan. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Get you, Jonathan.
Hello, my name is Jonathan, and I play Brian Longshelf, a little baker guy from the city that's never been outside of the city walls, but now he's finding himself adventuring with some fine lads in the desert. And also Ari. Ari's there too.
Yeah, Ari's yeah. And last but not least, we have Dylan.
Hey, I'm Dylan. I'm playing Phoenix, who similarly has not been outside the city, but now he's gallivanting, and I think he's taking to the life of travel. It suits him.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there. Good stuff. All right, so let's see, where did we leave off?
Well, that's sort of what I was going to talk about the travel. Well, this is sort of remote travel. So,
Yeah.
you're getting away from the city, not
Yeah.
encountering other people. Of course, this is easier. I'm just saying.
Are you as
It
far
is
as
super fun.
referring to engagements or contact with other individuals that
Just, yeah, it's
okay? Yeah,
things are getting sparse, aren't they?
they are very much so, and that's how I cram a lot of bit of travel into a little bit of time. Yeah, that's how I go. Okay, so 4 days have passed. See, that's how you get that.
Oh,
Yeah. So where we left off in the last episode, you guys had come out of the. It was after the temple had risen out of the Vezin Desert after you closed the first porthole. You'd made it back to that oasis, and you had the big talk amongst yourselves. Everybody was kind of like putting their cards up on the table,
Yeah.
except for
Yeah, we
Joplin.
did.
I don't think Joplin put all his cards on the table, did he?
what am I hiding?
I don't know. It's just it must be all that mischief.
I would love to know, actually.
Everybody knows about my interest in this cold cuts
Ed Conan.
Kit Conan.
Kit Conan god. So
Yeah.
I'm digging my book.
He's what's his name? Core's Cold One.
Of course, cold one. Yes.
Exactly. So you had that conversation between the four characters, one of which was Ari. Everybody, and I think Ari put all her cards on the table at that time too, right?
Yeah, there were plenty of cards for her to lay out.
Yeah.
There
too.
were a few.
Yeah. And Brian let out that he believes that he is the eternal champion.
And he pulled cards from places we never even knew he had
Mhm.
places.
Yep.
The-
Yep.
you know,
Well,
So-
I didn't know I had cards to begin with, but now that it's confirmed, I guess I do.
Right.
Confirmed card carrier.
Yeah. But some of the other things that happened in the last episode is that basically the Kawada of the Oasis and whatnot, they started worshiping you guys almost. They were like saying that you guys were obviously messengers from Izul, their god.
We got the lake maker up here.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. So I mean, they were all happy about everything that was going on with you guys. You found out that Mazina killed a couple of people for you.
Yep, she did. But people in the chat still defend her like she's an innocent little girl.
She just
Get
was
it.
helping
Of
you guys
course they
out.
do.
She did. You know, you guys wanted them dead. She's like, I'll take care of it for you.
I will shoot her in the leg at the minute somebody tells me to. I'm
Yeah.
just as soon as we have a consensus on that, a bolt to the kneecap.
There will not be.
You're not going to get a
on that.
consensus.
But
I
she
mean, like-
she left anyway. She left with Sunder because Sunder was there with you guys.
Oh,
And
that's right.
Sunder, you guys had talked with Sunder, and there was an agreement that he should go back to the Arcanus and
I don't really know why we agreed to that.
give them an update about what's going on. And if I remember correctly, you told them it's like, hey, you go take care of that, and we're gonna proceed on to Vindia, and then try
She
to
didn't reappear, or did I dream that?
dream what? Who?
That she just popped back up, like we opened a, I don't know.
No. She
said that,
told
look
me.
at a star,
Yes, she told
and then she'll.
Phoenix before she
I don't know.
left.
That's right.
If he ever needed her to wish on the North Star and say her name, and she would come to help him.
And we have given him implicit instructions not to do that.
I don't know. Did you guys hear that?
I don't
remember.
think anybody heard that but you.
I think that was just me.
Yeah, that's just Phoenix that heard that. Nobody
I'm
else.
shooting her when she comes back then.
I want to see what that looks like, so I'm kind of interested.
There you go. I'll be sure to put you guys into a tight spot. So, so Sundar left with Mazina. He's going back to Zada and to Lysena, the city of Lysena in the Mavi Sea, to talk to the council at the Arcanus. So, let them know, hey, yeah, this shit's all legit. They did find a portal, so forth and so on.
And closed it.
And closed it, yes. Mansoor is still with you guys, correct? Are you?
Yes, he is.
And you're gonna take Mansoor, and he agreed to go with you as far as the pass that led into Vindia.
Yeah, he more or less agreed that he was going to accompany the Eternal Champion as long as he asked him to. I
That's
believe.
true. He did say that. That's right. I remember now. Yeah, because he's a devout, he's a believer and follower in the Eternal Champion, and so long as the Eternal Champion asks him, he's definitely going to do that. So right now, he's along for the ride. You guys did hire a new guide.
Yeah, mountain guide.
Yes, a guide from Zilvarving. I think I said it right. Hi, Zilvarving. Thanks for following us. We appreciate it 100%. Very much so.
Oh, hey, thanks, Evolving.
Yeah, thank you.
So, let me see. The guide's name was
It's like, you know what? It's like a vampire. He's Silverwing.
Zilvarving.
Like Silverwing.
Yeah.
But a vampire saying it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Either that or he thinks I'm an idiot.
As somebody who runs a vampire show, I'm offended.
There you go.
Oh, that's right.
Begrin.
1, 2, 3 new followers.
Stop that.
That's a bit.
Now here, let's go. I'm going to take us over to the actual map because we have a new map. And did you guys?
I noticed that.
Did you see
It's
that?
not in our. It's not in our little.
I don't see it.
Handout section.
No, it's
though,
not. I
which
need to do that. I need to make it there. So let
I
me,
checked immediately. I'm like, I need to study this map at some point.
How did you know there was a new map then?
It's on. It's currently our battle map.
Oh, that's the one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Go back and look at the
yeah.
Mavi region,
That's great.
and you can see where it connects.
I'm tossing some Doritos in the chat. I couldn't see it.
Oh, through the
Streets.
way there.
Oh, I
Down a
see
little
it. Yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah.
There we go. Okay, so I just moved.
Am I
it
the
so-
only one who studied the Mavi Sea region?
Apparently so.
I just saw the background using the same texture and colors, so I thought, oh, it's just the regular map.
Now, as you guys can see here, okay, up here in the north, right here, I'm going to ping it, and for all those at home, bing.
The
This-
way.
yeah, that is where Fort
Okay.
Arca is. Now, you made your way out of the Vezin Desert. Okay, you're going to be making your way to Vindia. The quickest way there is cutting through Kashem. Okay, this is the Red Fort, Fort Arca. Remember, that's the one
Mhm.
where you guys did your shopping at. This is where you hired Begrim, the guide, to help you go through Kashem. And this is Kashem. Kashem is basically, it's called the Great Valley, only because it's these are plains in prairie land, and it's, as you can see, well, bordered by mountains on a couple of different mountain chains right there, making it into a great big old bowl. Now over here, you'll see on this map, right, or same map. I'm going to ping over here again. And a ping right there. That is Fort Thanje. Okay? And this is the pass you go into. Once you go across that pass, you start to get into Vindia. You got it right there. So you don't have to go very far through Kashem to get to the pass to go into Vindia itself. Okay? And then I won't bother with the map or anything else regarding that at that time. So basically, Kashem is a land of city-states. It's also a land of mercenaries and mercenary companies. This is a common knowledge thing. Okay? So this is where you guys are currently heading into, and Begrim is your guide leading you that way. So, all right.
Well, when you say we're headed in, what is this city in the middle? This Zubulin.
Yazulben.
Yazulban.
Yazulben.
Sunhai.
That's the largest city in Kashem.
Just big city, middle of the prairies.
Yep. It's
Kind of-
got there's a lot
Like
of there's
Saskatchewan.
some wells. There's a lot
Or
of
in Omaha.
freshwater wells there. So the bigger cities you have Yazilben. Okay, you've got
Yeah.
Kor over here. You got Ardabal, and you got Avaz. Okay.
Ah.
Now those are the major city-states, and these little smaller towns, what have you, tend to change every once in a while. But the city-states, from time to time, at least one's warring against another at one time or another, because there's trade routes that come up through Kashem into the Shanish Empire. Is basically so.
Is there any advantage to immediately ducking into Vindia as opposed to staying in Kashem further south and then going?
I'm sorry, I still don't know where Vindia is.
Vindia is
The whole thing?
over
No.
here. It's completely off the
We're
map.
not-
Oh.
When you guys, I have the Vindian map, but I'm not going to put it up until you get the Vindia. Okay.
Got
So
it.
this is over here. You see right there that Fort Thanja. That's once you go through Fort Thanja. This pass right here, on the other side of the mountains, and that's really this pass area is the break between the Gaunt and the Akbatan mountains. When you
I
go
see it.
through that
Yeah, I see
pass, you go into Vindia. That's up. You go into northern Vindia through that pass on the other side of the mountains. Okay.
Then what about down here at the south? This Ardabal. If we go through there, what's on the other side of that, south of there?
Now, if you go south of there, it's another desert. It's Desanid.
Us in these fucking deserts.
Yeah, it's not a desert like the Vesiv was that you guys were just in. This is going to be one of those more rockier type of
Is
deserts.
our destination just straight south, or is it southeast through Vindia?
Well, if you were to have an actual map up, well, here's the other thing too. You're going to want to find boats. So going into Vindia is probably
We're in
a
the
better
desert.
idea.
We're in the plains. What do you mean we need boats?
Once you get into Vindia, you'll need to find
Sand
boats.
sailors.
Yeah. So if you were to go down south, cut through the Sanid to the coast, then you'd have to backtrack and go east again to go back to Uritkar, where you guys need to go.
Okay.
So that's actually more to your benefit and more to how you guys are wanting to go if you go through the pass up here.
So we won't be spending much time in this land.
No, you probably won't be spending much time in
I
Kashem
think
at
we
all.
should make a stop at Navand over here. Just a quick pit stop, and then we can head over.
I'm ready to murder you. Why are you kidding me? We're going here. We're going.
It feels good.
It doesn't
Stop
feel
by
good.
Avaz.
It
He would
feels like
never
a
have mentioned
long ways
Avaz
away.
if it wasn't important.
Now, Brian,
It's the
Brian,
tourist in him. He wants to go
Brian.
and see things. You know, that's
Now,
all right.
Is this another card, Brian?
Oh, it's not a card. I just feel. Actually, no, it's fading. I think I was looking at it backwards. You're right. Fort Thanja. That right there. And I'm going to tap on it.
Yep. Sort fun. Thanja. There you
Isn't
go.
that in the opposite direction where we need to go?
No, that is where you need to go. Right here.
Oh, gotcha. Then let's go there.
Right.
Excellent. Okay, so was there anything else that anybody was going to do?
We did our shopping before the end of last episode.
That's
We
what I was going to
organized
say.
Local
I
clothing.
was turned around a bit.
Yeah. Okay, so if you
I
guys,
marked off the money for it, so I definitely have it.
okay, cool. If you guys don't need to
I
do
do too.
anything else, basically, you guys after the day after you get done with all of your shopping and what have you, you're out and about, and you go out into the plains, led by our man
Right, I gotta write
Begrin.
this guy's name down. How do you spell that?
Begrin. Begrin.
Bagman. Gotcha.
Okay, let me. Where's it at? That's what I want right there. See if it's. Yeah. Cool. Now, you guys leave out the front gate of the Red Fort, Fort Arca, and head out onto the plains. And actually, let me go ahead and.
Oh, we have plains noises.
Yep. And the first thing you notice is the wind. There is a lot of wind. Now, what you're seeing right there is Begrin has told you that what he intends to do is he's going to stick close. Let me see. Can I get that a little bit bigger? A little bit. Let's see. I just wanted to. That looks good. Okay. Begrim's what he intends on doing is you guys are going to, as soon as you exit out of the fort, you're going to be hugging the mountains. Okay, so the mountains on the Abaton Mountains. He tells you that essentially what you're going to do is you're going to be traveling, keeping them in sight, but you're not going to get close to them because there are Kulisti tribesmen that actually live in the Abaton Mountains as well. Okay, and doesn't want to get too close to invite some of these Kulistis to come down and, try and steal from you guys. This area is very rocky, as you can see as well, jutting up through the plains. And you guys head out into it. And like I said, it's kind of funny because when you were in the town at the fort, you didn't even notice it. As soon as you leave the other gate and you get onto the other side, it's almost as if the wind just it's right there. It's on you. It's blowing your hair and your clothes, and So there you go.
Is there is it like the kind of wind where we're having trouble talking over all of this?
Yes and no. It comes in bursts. Like there's a constant wind that's blowing. It's not really intense, but just steady. And then every once in a while, you'll get these gusts that like kind of like push you a little bit. Feel like you and your camel, your whole body's like just shift for a second when this gust of wind just smacks into you for a second. Then it'll die down again, and it's just that steady blowing of the wind.
Feel like we might be making better time if we were in the air.
Is that a thing we can do?
No, not at all. But it feels like it though.
Is there a way?
Yeah.
Unless you want to stop and build a balloon.
Oh, well, I thought you had some magic or something.
No. Just a whimsy, really.
Okay, so basically the entire day goes like this. You're heading out, you're traveling, you're walking through, you're riding through the wind. Now, Begram has told you that because now, if you guys remember, when you were at Zada, when you were in Lysena, before you even took the ship and went down south to Dalapur, it was getting into winter, right? Well, it's winter now. You just happen to be far enough south that you're not going to be running into snow and things along these lines. But winter here is a dry time of dry time of year. Okay, and he tells you that during the summer times the winds aren't nearly as bad as they are right now, and he does warn you that in the evening time, because it's cool now, even with the wind blowing now, you guys are kind of a little bit chilly, but it's not too bad. He tells you that at night it's going to get a lot colder, especially with the wind continuing to blow. And he tells you that, unfortunately, we cannot build any fires. We do not build fires on the prairie at this time of year. One stray spark from a fire under these winds could start a brush fire. And the next thing you know, we could be burned alive. So it'll be cold camps until we reach the mountains. Okay.
How will we keep warm?
He suggests that we sleep with the camels. He says,
You sleep with the camels.
he says, this is one of the benefits. It says, like, most of the horsemen out here don't ride. Most of the people that you're going to encounter out here in Kashem on the Kashem prairies and what have you, they all ride horses out here. Not a lot of people have camels, but with camels you can make them lay down and you can help use them for heat. Whereas with horses, they're not really compliant like that. So that's his suggestion. He's like,
So take a camel, lay it down, slice it open, and climb inside of it.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
yeah, thank you. Somebody had to do it, I guess. it's obligation. He's like, no, we don't do that. They.
Oh, all right.
You've
That would be
seen
food.
you've seen how the camels, they just lay down on their stomachs and you will cozy up next to them.
All right.
You will use them as a wind block and you will help have them heat you.
Ah,
Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
I-
a much better idea.
And Begrin looks at you like you're an idiot, but he doesn't say anything. He says, "Do not worry, I will show you what to do."
All right. You tell me when it comes time to slice them open then.
Yes.
I'm
if it-
picturing this man teaching me how to sleep with a camel, and I'm not liking it so much.
So this entire day goes basically just pretty much traveling along. If you do want to talk to somebody, you do have to pretty much ride up close to them to make sure that you're heard well, because like you were saying, the wind can carry your words away. So the entire day goes by. The sun starts to set. Begram finds a place that has a.
Is that tennis?
She's
She was
famous.
so worried about walking
Travis.
through the shot, and the moment she
Oh,
did,
I'm sorry. I saw her, so I had to say something.
she
Yay!
literally stood there and went, "I need to get tea." And I'm like, "Go for it, it's fine." And then immediately, Jonathan.
You know what? You know what would be awesome if the next time she has to, she just whack, give you one. A real
Hey, we
nice one
mention
across
Grace's
top of the head.
cat all the time too. If the cat
Right.
shows up on screen, the cat gets mentioned.
Right.
Tanner shows up on screen, she gets mentioned.
There you go.
Sorry
That's a
to
good
interrupt your
point.
narration, Will. It's just, seeing
No.
Janice there, we have to interrupt.
We have to, dude. It's totally it.
Very
Okay,
special lady to one of us.
Yes.
so Begrin finds a depression, and he leads the camels down into there. You guys lay down. Essentially, what he does is he makes the camel sit down in to be like a wind block for where it's coming in. It's pretty good in the fact that how being able to find a depression, because as you can tell, even though this is a prairie land, it's very hilly. I don't know if any of you guys have been out. Well, Jonathan, you know what the Great Plains are like. You know, it's not like just a big flat thing. It's like they're rolling and all this different
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
Jonathan does.
Yeah.
Totally.
So he sits down with the camel and tells the camel his parents never loved him, and he
How do I
finds
say that? I don't say that.
and he
They
finds the
love me.
depression.
Oh, I
I
get it.
get it.
Depression's
Hold
tough.
on, let's see if the camel bites.
Well,
Jonathan.
I'm not. You can't just tell me what I do, especially.
No,
Joplin.
it's biting. It's biting.
It's gonna bite me, of course.
It's
gonna
biting
bite me.
Joplin because Joplin's the one that's saying all this. It's not Brian. So, you guys go ahead and he uses the camels, uses them for like the wind block. It's pretty good because of depression. It's still got some wind that comes in. He shows how you're supposed to kind of just nuzzle up against your. Vinaguy, hey, thanks for subscribing, man. We really appreciate that, 100%.
Hey, thanks,
And the
guy.
5 does not hit, by the way.
Oh, Phoenix, that's my Canadian friend. I have 2 Canadian friends now.
Do you? Woohoo!
Yeah, the guy. He's the dude.
There it is. Well, thanks.
I
We
learned
really
so
appreciate
much
it.
from him. Yeah, I learned so much.
That
Well-
night, then, you guys will have basically you eat a lot of. There's like nuts, dried fruit, beef jerky, water, stuff along these lines. It's all, and you've got a bunch of these types of rations that nothing that needs to be cooked. I mean, you would have this anyway, but more so than normal because of the simple fact that there's no fires out here at this time of day, the year. And you guys just talk for a little bit, and then you just bed down. You go to sleep. Now I'm going to do something that's a little bit out of the normal. I wouldn't normally do this, but story dictates. And what's going to happen next actually has to do with Ari. So
Oh, I know where this is going.
You're gonna be
Please tell
so
me to go
pissed.
someplace. Go where I think it's going, please.
Make her watch the replay.
yeah, right? Because she does it. So
We'll time code it for her.
there you go. That night, everybody beds down, starts going to sleep. Ari, the sorceress supreme that she is, mistress of the night, lays down, rolls up against her camel, pulls her blankets in tight around her, fast asleep, real quick. And she's not really sure about how far along into it, but you know how it is like when you're kind of caught between being awake and being asleep, and you know that you're not awake, but you realize that you're still dreaming. It's like that crossover world where like you're conscious enough of your dream that you can actually affect it to an extent. At least you think that you can, right? She's in this realm right now. And in this realm, she opens her eyes and she's looking at the camp that's around her. And again, it's the same type of scene like it was when she was... hold on one second here. No, I want to get the right one. There we go. That's what I want. I want to put that. There we go. I had to make it a little bit spooky.
What's happening?
What's going on?
What?
As she's looking around and she's looking at the camp and she's looking at the camels and you guys, it's that darkness. It's that otherly world that she had seen the other night when you guys were at the Oasis, when all those figures were coming in and around you in this black other world, this night world that turned out to be the Kawada tribesmen there. But here she's just looking, and she sees the camels, you guys, the wind blowing things, and it's all, like I said, it's all just in shadows. And then she sees 2 red dots in the distance. She's not too sure how far away it is because it's kind of blending into the background of the ground and what have you. But they start moving, and they have that sway to them. It's the kind of sway that you'll have when something is walking. And I don't know if I had the music up too loud. There we go. And as it gets closer to her, and the 2 red dots start growing, she notices at their eyes, and it doesn't take too long before she notices that it's her little demon. Does anybody remember what the little demon's name was?
It wasn't what Melenre wanted. It was something else.
It was.
No. She's gonna tell us what she wanted it to be named, and then we're gonna mess up our canon.
No, because I have it written down. It's Bonzo, right?
Oh, I do too. I
It
think.
was supposed to be Bozo, and then it turned into
It's Bazo. Right?
Bazo. That's right.
Bazo. Yeah. So, Bazo comes walking up through the darkness to her.
I hated myself.
His wings, his little tail snapping back and forth. Hello, mistress. How are you doing this evening? And of course, Ari answers him in typical Ari fashion. Fuck off. She's all pissed, grouchy as always. And he goes, well, I hope everything's going all right. Well, I hate to disturb you like this, but there's some people who want to meet you. Yeah. So if you don't mind following me. Now, she berates him and asks, well, who these people are and so forth. And he's very coy with it, and he's apologetic at the same time. It's like, I'm sorry, mistress. I in the night world, there's lots of different things. I mean, there's not just the night mistress. Sorry, but there's other things, bigger, more important, night demons and things. And well, they kind of want to meet you. And so she reluctantly agrees, gets up, and she starts following him, walking out into the plains. Now this is when we're going to shift. If we were in a movie or if we were in a TV show, the camera angle would shift from where it was basically Ari speaking with Bazo, and as she gets up and starts walking away into the distance with him, the camera angle changes, and it's Briam's vision. As Briam lays on the ground, huddled up in his blankets, and he's in that dream area where he's, it's that borderland between being awake and being asleep. And you could swear that you see Ari walking off away from the camp, and then you look over at her camel, and then there she is right there at her camel. And, now Joplin and Phoenix, same thing. It's like your sleep's not really troubled, but it's, like I was saying, it's weird. And you both do the same thing. You think for a moment you see her walking off into the distance, and then looking over and you're seeing her there, and you kind of calm back down, and you go back to rest.
Hmm.
Now it switches back over, and we're following Ari as she's peppering this little imp, this black shadow imp, with questions about why people want to see her and who they are. Well, there's nothing really to worry about, mistress. I mean, you're one of them, they're one of you, sort of, all one big happy family. Oh my. Hey, dirtbag! Thank you very much, sir. 100% appreciated as always.
Thank you, dirtbag. Always a pleasure.
You
And
gotta
by-
love the message.
Yeah, and by the way, everyone, that's his. Speaking of weird, here I am. That is his handle is dirtbag. So we're not just.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you fucking dirtbag.
Yeah, there you go.
Just verbally abused all of our donors.
Yeah, makes Don feel right at home when we do that.
Yeah.
So she follows him, and it seems like they're walking for a little while. And they crest this little rise, and they come back down, and they start to enter into another depression. And like I said, she's in it's to basically rip off something that everybody's going to know what I'm talking about. It's like the Upside Down, okay? It's the shadow realm. It looks just like the real world, but it's nothing but shadows. Vinegar, thank you very much. Hey, excellent. We're
Thanks,
slowly
Vinegar.
we're creeping up there. You got 501 more bits away. You guys get a persistent Benny. How about that? So
Nice.
as she's coming down into this depression, she notices that it is swimming with inky blackness, almost as if the darkness here has coalesced into a water. It's almost like a little pond, and the imp walks her down into it. It washes over her as she goes in, feeling cool and chilly, as if she was actually walking into water. And as her head crests below this even deeper inky blackness, she does have vision, just like she has been able to, with this night vision that she's had. And she notices it's still shadowy. It's still like different shadows and shapes that are just physical shadows. And there is a circle of 12 creatures. One, it looks like it has wings and horns. You can't see any details, though, because it's completely black on black. Another one appears to move and writhe like a serpent or a snake. Another one appears to be a rattling skeleton. Another one sort of like a misshapen boogeyman. All of these seem to be like creatures of the night, creatures of bedtime horror stories. And they're all mumbling and whispering and that's the sound that eventually comes to her ears. And as that sound comes to her ears, it slowly changes and it turns into speak. And she can understand it. And it's like, she comes. This is the one. She does not appear to be. I don't believe it. Well, we shall find out. And Ari looks down at Bazo and is like, what have you brought me to? Well, mistress, it's like I said, they kind of want to know who you are. And he leads her to the center, the deepest depression. And there it is, Melenre. Bam! Yay! Thank you, Melenre.
Oh, we got an emote. What's all that about? Because of Melenre.
Yeah, because it's well, that's a Halloween
The
emote.
goal?
Yeah,
Is that a goal?
It's a ghost, man.
It's a ghost. And we get a new Benny.
Yeah, everybody gets persistent Benny. Thank you very much, Melenre, and they appreciate that. You know it. And he's
Forty Benny.
they're gonna, I'm still your servant, but I gotta go. And he runs off. And Melenre's there. And, listen to me, Melenre. See, you donating, and I got you on my mind. So Ari's there. She looks around and demands, "What do you want from me? What's going on?" And then there's we wanted to meet you. Your supposed mistress of the night. And that big one that looks like a demon, who now she realizes is much taller and bigger than it was because it was kind of sitting down on its haunches, rises up. Its wings unfurl, and it starts walking towards her. You think that you're the mistress of the night? Then that would make you my betrothed. I am the master of shadows. And he comes to stand before her, towering over her. He's easy 15 feet tall if he's a foot. And again, you can't see any details. It's just these outstretched wings that seem to be flapping ever so slightly. You can tell that it's kind of like maybe hairy because it's like the wind's blowing. It looks like fur, and it's got these big horns. And it's just looking down at her. And Ari, in her typical fashion, tells him some kind of smart-ass remark. Says that she's already taken by a Celestine and has no time for shadowy demon figures. He's like,
Well, we shall see then. Come, my children. Let us welcome her properly.
and then all the other shadow creatures that are sitting in the circle just rush in and just dogpile onto her, and then she goes out of existence. If this was a TV show, it would go fade to black. It would just cut to black. Boom. And now the screen starts to lighten, and you realize you're looking at the ground, and you're starting to see the first rays of the sun starting to rise up into the sun starting to lighten the sky. There we go. Let me get some different music here. There we go. Get back to the...
Well, I don't know about you, but I slept like a baby.
You guys had a great night's sleep. Everybody was sleeping. It was not a problem. So,
I'm relaxed and ready to hit the road again.
Well, I can't be the only one that saw that last night.
So what?
I don't know. It's like I had a dream that Ari just got up and walked off, and I'm gonna look over. Is she still there?
yeah, she's sleeping.
She didn't.
Ari, are you still there? I mean,
No response.
I'm gonna try to like rouse her awake.
Okay.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
You go over and you shake her. Nothing happens.
And then I'm gonna look amazed at Joplin because you're right, that was a bad idea.
Poke her with your spear.
I'm not going to do that. Ari,
Stay at a distance, though.
Woohoo!
All
We're the
right.
guy with 400. Thank you, sir.
go, jeez.
We're gonna hit. We're
You
gonna
know all
get
these like little emote things. Yeah, sorry. I wanted to focus on narrative, but these guys are being so freaking awesome right now.
I
you
know,
guys
right?
Really rock tonight.
Thank
Thank
you.
you guys
Emotes.
for
How do you know
cheering so much.
what these emotes are? They're just like free emotes we have now.
Yeah. Well, as you go up in tiers and things, more emos become unlocked, and there are new emos for the whatchamacallit, for the holidays.
Fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
we
So
are rocking it. You guys are awesome in the chat today.
they're always awesome.
Yeah, and it's
Hey.
not just like that one person that pushes it over. I know all of you guys
Wait,
work
wait,
together
Look at
Holy cow.
again.
And we got another emote thanks to
I,
Glenn Ray. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
What is the fire? Is that a fireball?
No, that to me it looks like a cupcake.
I gotta do this thanks thing. It keeps telling me to thank people.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
haven't had the time because I'm trying to listen to Will.
It's the less.
I know,
least
right?
we do.
Then-
I mean, like I said, sorry, Will. I hope
No,
you're fine.
that's totally
No,
all right.
that's-
This is what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to ignore the fan base here. Hey,
It's like,
will you guys shut
so
up and try and
many
tell a
people
story?
keep donating. How horrible.
Uh,
That's a cool fireball thing.
oh, I see it now. Yeah.
That is really
That is pretty
fucking
awesome.
rad.
And if you mouse over it, it gives you the name of it. So I just discovered that.
RPG Fireball. There it is. Nice.
And I got an RPG.
Melinda
bucket-
Ray, don't you ever apologize. There's
Absolutely.
no such thing. Not necessary.
Wait, what's a buckanoo?
I have no idea.
I
no
don't know.
idea.
That's the
I'm
first
not
time I've
even-
heard of it.
I don't. Wait, does it unlock different stuff for all of us, like random? Like, do you guys have the fireball?
Hey, I got the
I don't have
Fireball and I
Fireball.
got the Buckaroo.
I don't even know how to look for that stuff.
Neither
you
do
go
I,
to
but I
the
don't
bottom,
think I got all
Emote.
of
Excellent. Okay, so
Real-
them. This is a fun diversion.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, you went over, Brian. You went over and you shook Ari, and she's still Now she didn't stir. She didn't wake up at all. She still got the blankets all pulled up around her hair, her face. Some stray wisps of her black hair blowing in the wind. Begrin goes, "We must get up. Get your friend. It's time to start off again."
She's not waking.
What do you mean she's not waking?
Phoenix, Joplin, she's not waking up.
Huh? No, that can't be right.
Hopefully she did not get stung by an adder. There are
I'm going
adders
to
out
gesture
there.
at my hand on Ari, and this is by far the most physical contact I've ever had with her. So that's true.
Right? And you're gonna shake her again? You're gonna try and like pull up her blanket? What are you gonna do?
Well, no, I'm gonna lift up her arm and let it drop. And
Okay,
that's-
you lift it up and it just drops. Feels kind of cold to the touch.
Is she dead?
I don't know.
Can I do a medicine check to see?
Are
if,
you guys gonna go and like pull the blankets off her and start inspecting her? And...
Oh, is she
Yeah.
covered? Like her head-
Yeah, she had her blankets were all over her. The blankets were pulled up.
I'll go
her-
get the Phoenix.
blanket off of her face.
Okay, when you
Yeah,
pull the
sorry.
blanket
What?
down, you pull it away from her face.
There's
Her
a
eyes are wide open, and they're as black as night. There's no
I'm gonna do a.
iris. There's no what's the outside part called? The white part. Somebody in chat knows.
I don't
There's
know.
smart people there.
White
It's-
stuff.
Yeah, it's completely black,
Sclera?
and they're wide open, and her mouth is open.
I'm gonna do a. Can I do a medical check to see
Yeah.
if she is alive or?
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah. Give it to me. You've got medicine, right?
I have healing.
Oh yeah, healing. Yeah, she's alive, barely.
alive.
At first, when you go and you search, it's like because she's cold, she's clammy. And you go and you search for a pulse, and at first you're like, "Oh shit, she's got no pulse." It's just real slight and slow, and then you sit there and you're feeling it for a little bit, and it's steady. It's just really slow.
Ah.
I think by this time, maybe Phoenix and Joplin might have made their way over. Maybe, possibly.
Yeah,
Have
he
they?
came and got me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the better way to ask.
It's,
How-
What's going on?
She's not dead, but it's very faint.
Begrin goes and he comes over. He like starts looking at her. He like checks her arms and checks her legs and goes, "She hasn't been bitten."
Is there? I don't know. Is there a plant or something? Maybe she brushed up against. I don't know, a thorn.
And then Begrin sees her eyes and he goes, and he like gets back and he stands up and he backs away some. What is that?
I'm gonna cover her face. Joplin, I don't know what's happening here. It's nothing from this land, and I don't know if it's anything medical, but perhaps you and Ari share a certain, a tribute.
There's nothing I can do, though. I mean,
I'm just grasping at straws, Brad.
no, I can't imbue her with anything. We are different when it comes right down to it.
I think I know what might be wrong with her, my friends. And
What
this
is
is
that?
This is Mansoor now,
Oh,
because he's still with you.
I'll turn to him.
She is a child of the night. I have guessed as much from what we have seen, my friends, from the other night, of her ability to see in the darkness and to hear on the winds. Those dark eyes, this has been known. I've read in books of this, when one has been taken by the night creatures, to live amongst the night creatures. They leave the body behind, but the soul is taken. And the way you know is those eyes.
She's been taken.
And
According to the stories, my lord, that's what they say. If you make deals or pacts with the creatures of the night, and if you anger them, they can steal your soul.
No, yeah, it's all right. You know, you said the word that we all understand, I think.
Which is
Yeah, definitely all of us, but maybe just explain it out loud just in case.
What are the chances that Ari has angered a god? I mean, just,
No.
flip a coin, throw a number at it. What do you think?
GM,
That's
if it's
pretty-
a story that's been told, would I know about the story?
Very possible. We need a roll.
Common knowledge?
Yes. Give me a common knowledge roll, and we will see if this is something that you yourself has read. Yeah, you got a 5. And essentially, as Mansoor starts talking about it, you're like, yeah, I think that's right. I did read a story about a guy, a hero, who made a deal with a night demon to be able to shape change into the form of a prince so he could go spend the night with a princess. And then his payment, the night demon's payment was he took the guy's soul. And he took him into the night realm. And then the story is his adventure in trying to escape the night realm to get back to the land of the living, the land of light, and get his soul, get his body back, And you're like, yeah, in that they said the black eyes.
Well, I can see it happening if Ari has been contacted by a god. She was, I don't know, in a conversation, in a meeting.
Now she has told you guys too that she's kind of got this connection and these powers. She's been. Did you guys have known about Bazo, right?
Yeah, she told us about him last
She told
time.
you about Bazo and that. Well, you guys saw him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I
'Cause
saw him.
He showed up and he was like, "I'm here to serve you. I'm, and he called her the night mistress and all this different stuff and was throwing.
Look,
all these
I'm
things
sure it's
around.
fine because all it'll take is for whatever god or demon that has taken her to just get to know her before he, understands what she's like and then returns her to her soul to her body. Well, she's never going to capitulate to what he wants.
She still might need our help. You know that.
She's,
I mean,
that,
there's a reason why we're working together, and it's not just her out here.
I'm just saying the level of pain in the ass that she could be right now, that demon might need our help.
Look, Mansoor, with the stories, I don't remember the ending. Did he ever escape? Is it possible to escape this shadow realm?
It is, my lord. What you need is you need someone, a speaker, a medium. Someone
Medium.
Yes, my lord. Someone who can get in contact with her spirit to help guide her. Guide her
Where
back
would we
to her
find
body.
one of those?
I don't know, Joplin, is that something you can do?
No, I'm more of a large.
I get it. And
Thank
I
you.
appreciate your jokes, but right now, she's lost. We need to find her.
And Mansoor's like, I'm sorry, my lord. I've read and heard of these things and these people, but the closest one that I know of is back in Talapur.
How far is the next city, the next place where we might find someone like this?
And that's
Where's
when,
our guy?
Begrin is right there, and he goes, "There's Yezelban, but
Where?
Yes,
Yezelban. Remember that the city that's in the center of the prairies." He
Yeah,
touched
I
it.
got it.
He goes, "But I know of someone. I know of a speaker, a medium."
Well,
In the city or somewhere
No.
between here and there?
The fates must be kind to you. It is along the way we travel in the Adaban Mountains. Very close to the pass, there is a woman, a speaker. Perhaps she
Well,
can help find your friend's soul and lead it back.
If that's closer, then I think that's the right choice to make. Right?
Let's go. I mean, we don't
let's
really have
throw her
many
in a
options.
wagon. Do we have a wagon? Do we have something we can throw her in?
No, but
No.
you've got the you've
She
got
has her
camel.
camel.
Yeah, you can situate her so she's on a camel. She's not all just kind of like flayed out. You can get it so. You could create like they have chairs that they actually built into like saddles that they can put on these things and whatnot. So you guys could like
Tie her up.
yeah, you guys could like fashion something, not a problem.
Can we? Can we
Can you what?
put colored ribbons in her hair?
Yes, you can if you wish. I don't know if anybody else is going to let you do that. Brian's standing right there.
I mean,
I'm sorry, Joplin. Are you just? You know what? You're pretty relaxed right now. And
when she wakes up, I think this will be a nice little joke. I am preparing for the future where she has been returned to us and she is fine and she is able to enjoy a little humor.
you know that
So
is
you
some
think she's gonna find a sense of humor in the spirit realm?
I will take my chances.
As you will.
I will not be a party to this, but I'm not gonna
Oh, it's
stop
a
it
little
either.
bit of fun now, y'all.
I'm not saying you shouldn't. I definitely want to see what she does to you when she wakes up.
I'm going to whisper aloud to Joplin. Remember that last prank you wanted to do at the Oasis and what happened to them?
We gave them a brand new fountain.
Oh wait, no, that was Mazina. Never mind. So Ari should be in the safe zone here. But listen, so are we going to put her on the back of the camel and go, or what? That's what I want to do. What do you all want?
Well,
Well, we should
Yeah, I
definitely
think we
bring
should
her
go.
along.
Janice, heyo.
I think
They can't see her in the stream.
Cut
Just
on
you
the
guys
Twitch
can see.
I can't.
she's got it
Get
just,
it away from me.
it makes Jonathan happy. That's all that matters.
I realize that no matter how loud I yell, it's in your ears, right?
It's in my ears.
Exactly.
She can't hear you. Jonathan keeps going, it's Tannis!
So
I just like you because you're in Borderlands 2. That's it. That's my only relation.
Yeah.
Begrin goes to this. If your friend was taken by a night demon, that's the only thing that's going to help. You'll have to find someone that can bring her soul back, give her a lifeline, something to follow.
So she's definitely not going to wake up right now.
I am no expert in this.
I'm going to
cannot
start
say for
cutting
sure.
colored ribbons, just about yay long,
Okay.
tiny little bows.
Oh God, she is gonna murder you.
So you guys get ready. Joplin ties some things into her hair as you get her set up onto the camels, and you
She
guys
goes away for 1 week. They start tying ribbons in her hair.
Like falling asleep at a party, really. That's what you get.
Yep. He tells you that the lady's name is Zakaria the Hag. Okay, that's the lady.
Zakaria?
Zakaria.
Zakaria.
And he says that's the person that he can take you to that he knows, and he's like, fate is with you because her abode is close to the pass, the Thanja Pass, which is where you go, where Fort Thanja is at. So okay, so you guys.
Are we going through a more dangerous path this way, or is this basically the way we would have gone anyways?
Oh, this is the way. Yeah, this is the way you were going anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's,
So-
yeah.
And
The
he's
way we need to go.
and he's like, he did warn you and say that there's bandits out here at this time of year, but there's always bandits out in Kashem, out in the prairie, and that there are mercenary companies that are out and about, but they're doing stuff. They're hired. It's you do run a chance of maybe running into a rogue mercenary company, but that's pretty rare. So you guys get up, you get ready, you start traveling again. You're on your camels and you're heading out again, following the mountains. The mountains continually on your left-hand side in the distance, much like is in the picture, and it keeps, keep traveling along. Then, not too long, you travel for the majority of the day, and as you get to basically within an hour or two before you would probably start to bed down for the night, I need everybody to roll me notice rolls.
I'd love to.
Oh, okay, cool.
Ha ha!
As a hack.
Saved again by the wild die.
Wow, Joplin and Brian.
And Brian.
Basically at the
Oh,
same
yeah,
time
no.
as you guys are talking, and Brian's like lecturing him about how he shouldn't have put those braids into her hair, and he's not going to protect him when she wakes up and they're in there.
I'll protect him, but I don't like it. But
So basically, Brian's looking at Joplin, talking to him, and sort of like the whole, it's not just an eye roll, it's a whole whatever, and Joplin turns his head. Both of you guys are looking in the same direction at the same time, and you see a head laying on the ground. And
on
then,
his side. Or on stump?
nope,
Like,
like that. And
No.
then, like 6 feet away from it is another head. On the ground.
Whoa, Camel, how do you make this thing stop? How do you...
You
what-
got writing. You know how to do it.
Ah!
Okay, so you guys all stop, and
Of course.
you yell up to Begrin, and he stops the camels, and he gets down.
What?
Comes. He starts. First of all, he turns the camera around. What is it? You guys, you point,
What is the capital punishments of these lands?
and he looks over and he goes, "Oh." Gets down off of his camel and he goes walking over and he goes, "Yes, yes. Well, these two men."
he eats this head. I'm going to lose my mind.
No. Now, do you guys go over to take a look yourselves, or you just stand back?
I'm
Well,
standing there. Oh wait.
I
Okay.
can't decide
Yeah.
whether or not this ought to be a severed head and I'd be relieved, or if there's a body buried all the way up to its neck.
I'm
Yes.
thinking.
And that's what he says. He goes, "Well, it appears that these are two unfortunate individuals that have met their demise on the prairie. Come, it's quite safe. They're dead.
That's what?
These men, whatever they did, they were buried up to their necks. If you would dig down, you'll find the rest of them."
Why is it? Why would somebody do that? Why would they bury them like that?
I'll go.
Okay, now as you get closer, you can tell that most of the skin is eaten off of their faces, and
gross.
their eyes are gone. And as you
That's
get
all I'm gonna
closer,
stand up.
you see that what what was giving it the darker color to make it look like just a head sitting in the sand is actually the bugs that are all writhing on them. And he goes, "Yes, see what you do is you dig a hole, you bury them up to their neck, and then you slather their faces in honey."
Well,
Oh,
would do such a thing.
I'm gonna tap their head with a spear.
A
The
number
one
of
that's covered.
people. You tap one of their heads with a spear?
I just want to make sure they're dead and he's not suffering. Covered in bugs. Is it bone?
Yeah, he's like it just like yeah. You
Great.
can tell for a fact like there's no lips. It's just a
Okay.
death
Oh.
wound. It's
I
yeah.
thought it was currently encased in bugs, so he
It
could have been
is,
suffering.
but they're just picking clean when you see it's like all the skin's pretty much gone, and they're just cleaning off the little bits, coming out of where the nose would have been, and yeah, and there's like bugs just all around on the dirt, And Begrin
That's all I
kicks-
wanted to do. See if they needed a coup de grace. That's
Yeah.
it. I'm done.
Okay, so he goes and he gets up on his camel and says, "Well, we will need to make camp a little bit further away from this. Too many bugs in the area now."
What? Oof. So, do you know whose territory this is?
Yes, this is the lands that are now ruled by the Yasulban, the city of Yasulban. This is their territory.
So, we have to go through the city to get to where we're going, or
No, we're just along the mountains. No,
All right.
the city is far that way, my friend.
Okay, but we don't need to go there.
No, not at all. Okay, so
Awful.
yeah, it is
Wow.
awful, right?
Uh,
So you guys travel that couple more hours. Starts to get dark again. You hunker down, get the camels. Now he finds somewhat of a depression, but not a real great one. He does find some outcropping of rocks, but it's a lot windier this night. What are you guys going to do with Ari during the night?
I don't know, throw
Well, what kind of a
tarp
question
over.
is that? We are gentlemen.
You probably should hope so. You're gonna throw a tarp over her?
Yeah.
That'd be all right.
No, well, I'm going to sit her up, see if I can get her to drink some water. If anything.
Nope. You can
Flows right out of her mouth.
throws right out of her mouth. You could put some in there. You think some of it. She doesn't even like choke or anything, but you're really worried because like, will I drown her if I get? But you could put just a little bit in there. Just keep her her
Yeah.
mouth a little moist.
I'll rub her throat, you know?
Yeah,
to
there you
get
go.
rid of
Help make sure that the water goes down. Actually,
after that-
Mansoor helps you doing with all this. He tells you about he had one of his children had a paralyzing disease, and they had to do this for a while with the broth and what have you. And he shows you what to do. So
Enfeebled, right?
yep. So that okay. So then you guys bed down. You bed down for this night. Darkness descends. And where is Ari going to be during the night?
Under
Well,
a
we're not
tarp.
gonna leave her alone.
Yeah.
What was that?
Sit under a tarp.
I'll stay with her if no one else will.
Okay. Mansoor will stay with you as well. So it'll be like the two of you, you'll sleep on either side of her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And kind of like backed up against the camel. She'll be like in between the two of you guys.
This is getting weird.
Everybody give me a notice roll.
Where is my? There it is.
Brian's a little preoccupied this time around. Look at you
Hey,
guys.
look at that.
So
Hey.
Mansoor and Brian are over with Ari, kind of like all hunched up together against this camel. You two guys are off on your own, and then you got Begrin, who Begrin does a little bit of a watch, but then he tells you, it's like, I mean, if you guys want to set up a watch, you're totally welcome to do that. But during the evening, both Joplin and Phoenix, you hear,
Bezos.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Bezos. Psst.
Oh, yeah. Hey. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Oh, man.
yeah, and he comes like, it's like he almost just shifts completely out of a shadow, and he comes like waddling up to you.
Oh, hey.
So-
Oh, hey, how's it going, man?
You could hear me.
Well, yeah, I can.
All right, good. I can understand you.
Oh,
so
yeah,
what-
that's great. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah.
Ari's a bit
Oh, yeah, my
out of
mistress.
it right now. Not at home, as it were.
Oh, no, she's kind of... Yeah, she's been... Yeah.
She's been what?
Well,
Yeah, what has she been?
oh, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, sorry, I
Yeah,
saw you walking over here.
yeah, I was just coming to check on her and see, because she's in the company of the Lord of the Night. Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah, and well, not just him, but like the entire, the Night Council. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool name, isn't it? Night Council. I was like that. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah.
they're proud of that.
Yeah.
Bezos, what happened? Why isn't she returning from?
Oh, it's because she's kind of like talking to him, sort of. Not really.
About what? What
Well-
is she talking to them about?
Well, they wanted to meet her. She's supposed to be this new,
Yeah, but does time move differently there? Because she's been gone quite a while at this point.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean time? Time? I'm not really sure. Yeah.
Well,
What?
you know
What's-
how we've been talking for a while, and it's taken us a few seconds,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is that a different amount of time than it would take for us to have this conversation?
Oh, that's
There.
weird. Yeah, I don't know. No, I guess. I don't know. No, not really. I guess maybe.
There's no, you have to understand where he comes from. There's no day. There's no afternoon. It's perpetual black. It's night all the time. How would you be able to judge time if you don't have the sun?
That's what Vegas wants you to believe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Why there's
So-
no windows in the casino.
That's right.
Yeah. So.
Bezos, I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's great.
Can you take us to where Ari is right now?
Nope. Sorry, can't do that.
Why?
I don't have that ability.
Can anybody take us to where she is right now?
Well, yeah, somebody, I'm sure. Not me though. Yeah.
You can go there yourself.
Oh
though.
yeah, that's where I just came from. I was there, hanging out. I figured I'd come and check on her, make sure her body's okay, So, yeah. How's it doing? Can I look at her? Can I see her?
Yeah, why don't you look at her and send a report back?
All right, yeah. Well, she's
Tell her how she's doing.
Tell her exactly what you see.
well, I can't really talk to her. She's kind of like entombed. Yeah.
No, wait,
Entombed?
wait,
Nah.
Bezos.
What? Yeah.
This
Bezos. It's Bezos.
Yeah, his name's not Jeff.
Yeah. Bezos. That's
new
my
word
cousin.
when you-
My cousin's name's Bezos.
When,
Yeah.
when you say
He lives in the Amazon.
entombed,
Oh yeah, you bought stuff from him, huh? Okay, cool. Yeah.
when the entombed word concerns me.
Oh yeah, it's not good. It's not
No,
good.
okay,
Yeah.
this is different than what I. So what happened to get her entombed?
Oh, she's a Spitfire,
Yes, we
So,
know.
yeah, she
So-
basically she was told that she like belonged to the Lord of Night. And she was like, oh hell no, did that little thing she does, Yeah, he didn't like that too much, so he's punishing her. Yeah, that's what he's doing, he's punishing her.
I mean, I told you. Never.
So she said
I
something
think,
about that, she like belongs to a Celestine or something like that.
Yeah, she does.
He better leave her alone, or the Celestine's gonna come and kick his ass or something. Yeah, that's crazy.
How did we manage to find the one imp that just sounds like Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah, I don't know, man. yeah.
I am the great Cornholio.
Oh, you know him too. That's
my
my other cousin. Yeah. Crazy.
So,
Okay,
Can we-
can I see her? Can I see her?
yeah, you go ahead.
Go for it.
Okay, so like, are you guys gonna go over with him?
Oh.
Yes, I'm keeping an eye on the imp.
Okay, so you guys are walking over. The imp's walking over. You can see that both Brian and Mansoor, because they're both leaned up and they're leaning against Ari and they're asleep.
That's fine.
And so like, are you guys gonna do anything? You like
No, let him go over there.
okay, so like and he like starts sneaking and he gets all. Go ahead and give me a notice roll, Brian. This is going to be a really hard one to make because you're snoozing.
I understand.
Unless somebody says something.
I'm Snake Eyes.
You are. You know what it is? You're having a nightmare.
That's not good.
Something's going on. Something's happening. You're here, and so he's all like,
yeah, it's coming up. Oh, this one here looks like the Lord of Night's probably fucking with that guy right there. oh, my mistress. Yes. Oh, don't worry, mistress.
and he starts petting her cheek.
It'll be okay. I'm talking to him. Yeah, I'll make sure it's okay.
How will it be okay?
I don't know, but shh. You got to calm her down a little. She's still a little feisty. Okay, she looks kind of good. Make sure you feed her. Keep her watered. Yeah, like a plant. I hear you do that with plants. You give them water. Yeah.
This, you little imp creature. How do we
Bazos.
get
That's my name.
Bazos? How do we get to this other world where
I-
she is?
I
How do
don't-
we get there?
I don't know, man.
You do know there. You do mold. You
well,
go back-
if you got the night spirit in you,
And he like pokes you.
in there, in here, poke,
And he keeps poking your leg.
yeah.
Basi-
them
I will. Do you have it inside of you?
Well,
'Cause-
yeah, I do.
Okay, so all I need to do is like cut it out of you.
Yeah, you know that doesn't work. yeah.
I will start with that finger.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. You want me to find someone? I can do that. Yeah.
Well, yes.
Okay, what you gonna give me? Oh, yeah. Oh, what about you, big guy? And he goes over and he turns to Phoenix. Yeah, he starts poking you. No, no, no darkness. No darkness.
Oh,
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm just showing you. Yeah, see? Yeah, there. No darkness.
If you keep poking me, I'm gonna hit you in the face.
Hey, easy. It's all good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. So what are you gonna give me, huh? Yeah.
Give you for what? What are you gonna give me if I give you something?
No, he's talking to Joplin now. He turned away from you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
what is it that an imp like you would want? What can you take with you? What matters to you?
Hey, lean down.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
here.
okay,
Come
yeah,
here.
I'll-
Come
yeah,
here. Okay.
Nice to meet
That's
you.
easy. Yeah, come here. All right. Get me a soul. How about that? Can you do that? Can you arrange that? Give me one of those? Yeah. I can give you something. You can put it in.
Definitely use one.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. Oh, hold on a second.
And it like he puts his hand inside of himself and he pulls it out and he's got like a little onyx opal sort of thingy.
Yeah. Here you go. Yeah. Take that.
Put it in there.
Yeah. Just hold on to it. Yeah.
And so this will get me what exactly?
Put it next to someone's mouth when they breathe their last breath. Yeah, that's it. That's great. You do that.
And,
you do that.
and then
yeah.
what?
Then there'll be a soul in there. Yeah.
And and you do what for me?
Oh yeah. Then I'll take you to the dark place. Yeah. Just got to give me that soul.
One of us or all of us?
Well,
I'm
you need more? Okay.
And he like reaches in and he pulls
Oh.
out.
How many you need? Okay. Yeah. All right. Here you go. And then, I get over here. One,
So wait, we need 3 souls
2,
to take all 3 of us.
3.
Priam's never gonna put a soul into containment just to go into another realm.
But what if it's to save Ari? I mean,
I
maybe.
don't think he is gonna.
I mean, what if the soul's
Wrong.
like a bad soul? I'll barter with him if it comes to that. But for now, thank you for the gems.
Not a
Hopefully
problem.
the
All right,
witch
well,
will,
all right, guys. I gotta go. Just wanted to check on the mistress. All right. Have a good one. All right.
And he just starts
Also
walking
worth
away.
noting, that's the first time me and Joplin have ever seen this guy. We haven't actually seen him before. We were at dinner last time he was here.
Oh, that's right.
We've only heard him.
You heard the
of him, so
story.
we
You
were
heard
just
the
like,
story of him though, because they told you about it. Okay.
Yeah, she's
And
like,
then
I have an imp.
as he walks away, he just kind of like blends into the darkness of the night and it's just gone.
So that was a thing.
Well, maybe only one of us needs to go rescue her anyway.
And we might not need to. Maybe this spirit medium will bring her back when we get there. And
I have, if we knew how time passed in another place, I would say just, give it until she annoys them all to death.
I don't know. We've survived.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean, they're
well,
some sort of dark council, night council, something like that.
they are not prepared for whatever she's bringing to them.
That's entirely possible. And for now, I say we sleep and get on the road as quickly as possible.
Okay. The night passes uneventful the rest of the evening. Sun comes up. It's next day. You guys get together, get your stuff together, get back up on your camels, start heading on out.
I mean, so these stones.
Yeah.
Any soul will do, I suppose. Human.
I guess you'll have to ask him those questions if you see him again.
Kind of squirrel,
Not a squirrel.
desert air. But we're up and running. We're up and moving.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. I rolled snake eyes, so I'm going to just pretend none of that happened.
Yeah,
Unless
you
you get-
slept right through it.
It's pretty hard.
You were
Double
having
one.
some kind of a nightmare or something was going on. You wake up, you're not hungover, like sleep deprived or anything, but it was a rough night for you.
I got it.
Okay.
I mean,
I would tell Phoenix, we may not need to burden him with this.
Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. I don't imagine he's going to want to know that we have the option to kill people to go in and get her.
Yeah.
Less than 24 hours of all of us coming clean, showing cards and everything. We're just gonna
You got it. You got it. Now there's secrets again already.
Tell me this is not a kindness.
Well,
Wait,
nobody's
I just heard-
saying it's not. I'm just saying.
No, Tony,
I-
what's the phrase? It sounded like a good phrase.
Which what? Who?
You said, yeah, Tony was like, something's not a kindness.
I
What was
said,
that?
tell me this is not a kindness.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're doing this, I
This-
think, to save you the moral conundrum.
Yeah.
And
No,
not to
I-
talk
like-
either one of us out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in case we do need to just lay some fuckers down.
As Jonathan, smart move. Smart move.
Okay, so you guys get all together, start heading out. You're traveling again throughout the day.
Before we go, I would have asked the Joplin give me at least one of those to keep in my pocket in case we do come to blows to be prepared to use
I'll
that
keep
to
one.
capture that last breath.
How many do they have?
3.
You took 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Joplin has 2, and I'm carrying 1.
There you go.
Should we give one to no?
No.
Not Brian. I was thinking make him answer.
No, he serves him. Don't do that.
Yeah. You kidding me? That's his boy. Mansour ain't gonna do anything that
No.
Brian doesn't want. So, okay, so you guys are
Anyways.
traveling. You're traveling through for a good part of the day, a good click. You get
Do
to
we
uh-huh.
see anybody?
Well, actually, you do.
No, I'm not kidding.
As you've traveled on for about a good 4 hours, Begrin stops and he points out in the distance. He goes, "Look over there. Do you see?" And you guys all turn to where he's looking, and you see, like, it's like maybe 2 miles away, cresting one of these hills, one of these low rolling hills. There's a line of horsemen. And you they're just dark silhouetted figures. That could be trouble.
Whoa. What do you mean? Where are they going? What are they doing?
I don't know. Keep your eyes peeled, just in case.
Bandits or
Could be.
you can't tell?
Not from this distance, could you?
I don't
That's fair. Sure.
Yeah, it's like they were just silhouettes. I mean, they were far enough away that you saw them as they was cresting the hill, but that was about it. You maybe 15, maybe 20. You're not really sure. They were kind of jumbled in their numbers, so you're not really sure. Definitely more than you guys. Okay.
know. Well, we'll give them a wide berth then.
Yeah. You travel on for about another hour.
Is there a straggler? No, never mind.
You travel on for about another hour, and you hear Begrid pipe up and goes, "Aha! We have more of the those heads." More.
Are they still alive by any chance?
And he stops his camel. He gets down. He goes, "This one is dead, but there's not very many bugs here. This seems more fresh." And there's
I
three.
will run
There's
over
3 of them this time.
to check
Okay.
if I feel a breath.
Okay, so you go. So essentially, how it is that you've got they're staggered out on the ground in front of you. A couple. Okay, Begrin's standing there. You come right up, and like maybe 10 feet in front of him. There's this head in the ground, and it's got bugs just swarming all over it. It's kind of like, eyes are gone already.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little bit further back from that, you see a fresher head with bugs all on that, and then another head a little bit farther behind that. Which one are you running up to? Not the first one.
The one that looks at a glance the most alive, I guess.
Okay, so it would be the back one.
Yeah, I'm running straight to that one.
Okay, so you run back to that one, and then you like do what? You kneel down in front of it, or
I kneel down and I just hold my finger beneath its nose just to see if I can feel a breath.
okay.
Phoenix, what do you see?
You run over, you kneel down. There's a couple of bugs on them there, and as you go down, you you're putting down your finger to it. Did I scare anybody? Nah, damn it. You put your finger down to see if there's breath, and you go, help me. Help me.
How loud is this? Would they be able to hear him?
Roll notices.
Back, behind?
Roll some notices. Here, I'll roll for. Oh yeah. Oh, it's Joplin noticed.
Yeah.
Brian noticed. Let me see. Let's roll for
Motherfucker.
Let's roll for Mansoor. Let's roll for Mansoor. Mansoor got a 3, and let's roll for.
I want to Benny and make Brian re-roll.
Okay, go ahead. Spend your penny. Make him re-roll.
All right, let's do this.
He failed.
Okay, then I would like to, since Mansoor and Brian.
Hold on. Before you say exactly what you're doing, what is Brian doing?
Well, assuming this is broad daylight, we're on high elevation camel horseback, and we just stopped because Phoenix ran up ahead. I had just asked him, "What do you see?" Obviously, I don't hear anything. I don't see anything. It's broad daylight, right? So just
I would say they're gone. And as I say that, I will press the tip of my toe into his throat hard, and I'm gonna try and kill this guy. I'm gonna drop the gem by his nose, and I'm going to press my foot into his esophagus stealthily, so I will make a stealth roll.
Oh my god!
And I also am, and at the same time, since I have my finger there, I'm just gonna hold my hand over his mouth and his nose, and I will press.
You're putting your boot into his throat, and then also putting your hand over his mouth. So
my hand, like pushing.
Crouch?
Yeah, crouch, pushing
checking.
the foot in, and I'm holding my hand over.
Oh yeah.
You know, like. Yeah,
Okay,
like
so
just,
there's 2 rolls that I need you to make here.
Okay, stealth is one of them, right?
Yes. And then you're going to roll an attack roll.
Oh, re-roll. I'm Benny.
Okay, Benny that. All right.
Thank you, Mullen for your 2
There we go.
Woo! Okay, so you got a 10. So you're able to stealth it. Now, you're going to roll an attack roll. And it's not to see if you can hit him. We're seeing how quickly you're going to kill him.
Okay.
That's what we're doing here. The better you do, of course, the quicker he's going to die. If you fail, though, he's not going to die right away, and you'll need another stealth roll to keep it on.
Okay. I like this.
Before we do this, did Mullen donate something? My thing froze.
Yes, we got Persistent Benny.
Hey!
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So you do it, and you hear it crack. You hear his throat, and you kill him.
And the stone. What happens with the stone? I've said it in front of it.
Yes. Now, as you kill him and it crunches, there is and you see
the death rattle.
Yeah, the death rattle, and you see like smoke start to pour out of his nose and his mouth with little sparkles to it, and it goes into the stone, and the stone changes from that jet black to like a mother of pearl looking sort of color.
Now I want to try and slip this into my pocket without anyone noticing. I'm guessing that's another stealth roll.
Yeah, we'll see. Just go ahead and give it to me. I mean, yeah, totally. You got it in there, no problem.
Okay. And I'll say,
12, that's on your real die too. So
yeah, on my actual die. On my way back, I would just check to see the second person along. Is he still breathing?
No, that person is dead.
Okay. Then I'd just go back to the camel and say,
Matter of
sorry,
fact, when
none
you
of
go
them.
over and you check him, you like go down to like check his if he's got a pulse. This big old centipede comes crawling out of his ear.
Oh, gross. I'll. What was our marching order?
I don't know. We
You
never
ran out
established that.
Yeah, we didn't establish that, but
So I let you take the lead here at that point.
okay.
We were probably letting Begram take the lead, but
Yeah,
Then I will.
Begrin is the one that's. It makes sense for him to be in the forefront.
Then I'll fall to the back, knowing that if anyone noticed, if Joplin noticed, he will fall
I
back with me.
will take the position that behind Begram and pay attention to the next set of heads.
Excellent.
It's such
And
a
as
bad
I
idea.
fall back, I just nod. at
I was
Joplin.
just gonna pluck a random just off the street, but this is much better.
All right. Does anybody have tracking? Probably
Nope.
not. Okay.
I have a survival, I think.
Oh, look at Begram though. He got it. So basically, Begrin he's looking around. And he goes, quite a few people a horse, for sure. Yes, not too long ago. Maybe these men have only been buried for a couple days, maybe 2.
We're not likely to catch up with these.
He points out. He points in the direction, basically direction you guys are going. The tracks lead that way. He just kind of then stands up, walks over, gets on his camel
Towards the hag. You mean?
towards the pass.
Same thing.
Yes.
Well, let's hope it's they're passing through.
These men. This is fighting. These men are left for example. This is probably a rivalry between opposing mercenary troops. Either that or these were bandits found by a mercenary troop of Yelzaban.
Bandits, yes, bad people.
Either
Mm.
or. Either
So
or.
there is some law in this land then.
Oh, of course there is.
Good.
Good.
Mine's bad people.
I take comfort in that. Yeah, right.
He's all like,
Oh,
cool. Let's bury
yeah.
some
What?
people.
Good people.
Excellent.
Let's not.
Yeah,
let's
thank
not care
God
here.
for justice.
Yes, at least we're in a land of justice. Let's look at it.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Lawful justice. Thank you.
And
glad-
let us tread carefully,
Yeah,
lest we end up buried to our necks in the sand.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are traveling along again, starting to travel, and Begrin tells you again, make sure to keep your eyes peeled. There's riders about. I think we're bound to run into them sooner than later.
Not the group that passed ahead of us.
Yes, probably.
But you said 2 days. Are we?
No, these men have been in the ground 2 days. Those others that were riding, I don't know if it's the same group or not, but they're around us.
You
All
think
right.
they're tracking us? Are they following us?
I wouldn't say that. They're coming from a different way, but I'm sure they saw us as much as we saw them.
That's true.
How much further to the hag's house?
Oh, we have quite a bit to travel yet.
Hmm.
I
We-
think we need
we-
to expedite things if we can.
We should be, if without any delay, we're about 2 weeks out.
2 weeks.
So if we do a propeller wipe clockwise, will that speed things up?
Well, I'm taking us on the quickest route. So,
Yeah, I don't want to overtake those ahead of us, though.
they're on horses. While the camels are fast when they need to be, you can travel much greater distance on the horses out here than you can on the camels.
Well, I say we travel, no more stopping unnecessarily. We just keep moving.
Yes, of course.
Great.
Okay, so as you guys are traveling now, keep continuing. There is a banner stuck into the ground that you see up ahead of you in the dirt in the prairie. It's a wooden stick. It looks like it's a spear of some kind, but it's got a cross beam and it's got a banner that is on it, but it's just fluttering sideways in the wind. You can't really see what it is. As you guys start getting closer, there is a mound of things around it. Looks like possibly some gear, weapons, maybe.
Gear, weapons.
Yeah.
What does this banner say? Do we know?
I don't know. You guys going to go up and Begrin, he stops and he goes, this is offerings. This is an offering to Yazul.
Yazul.
Mm-hmm. To the unforgiving God. That's what that is right there. I would recommend that you don't mess with it.
So it's
Obviously, whoever's been burying these men has left this offering to Yazul.
What kind of offering? What's here?
yeah, exactly. What do we see at a glance?
Who's going to go up and take a closer look?
Without touching it, I
Okay.
wouldn't mind taking a look.
Okay. As you get closer, you do see that it looks like I said, it looks like some gear and weapons, and it's all shattered and broke. Like there's some swords, some scimitars, the spears busted, like canteens ripped and shredded, backpacks torn apart, pots smashed, and it's all kind of like smashed up in a pile around. And there's that staff that's in the ground, or it's a spear. Now that you're up there, you're seeing, and it's got a crossbar that's tied to it, so it's like a cross, and then like the tapestry or the pennant, I think is more the right word, hangs down from it, but it's fluttering in the wind. You're gonna have to grab it if you want to actually take a good look at it.
Banner.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so you grab it and you like pull it down and you hold it and you're looking at
Read
it. It is a hand, just like the stop or what have you, and it is gold. The fabric is white, the hand is gold, and there's a sunburst around it. And you hear, any of you can give me a common knowledge roll.
I'm interested.
Phoenix doesn't know.
Yeah, 7.
Joplin
Wow.
does. Brian definitely knows. It is the sign of Mitara. And Mitara is a goddess. She is the goddess of the healing hand. She is a goddess of succor. She helps those who are suffering with, it's an order of, like, their priests would help heal people, concoct herbs and different things for diseases and stuff. Some are even rumored to be so in touch with the goddess that their hands can heal.
What is that name?
Mitara.
Why then are the donations broken?
And that's with Brian. I don't know. Have we had a roll on Yazul before, the uncaring god? I don't think we have we? Okay, give me another common knowledge roll, just so you can tell who knows about Yazul.
All of us, or just me?
Yeah, all of you guys.
Oh, okay.
Nothing from me again.
Okay, Brian definitely knows.
Jeez.
Okay.
It's about stories, man.
Yep, it's all about stories. And Joplin knows to an extent too. Yazul is they call him the uncaring god, but he's like a creator deity. He's the god that created everything and set it in motion to watch it unfold. The big discord with them is that Yazul hates magic and things along those sources, or anything from the outer worlds, like the outer gods and stuff like that, for other planes of existence. This is all like, religious mumbo jumbo as far as most people are concerned. You guys now, since you've started delving into this world, you know that it does kind of have more meaning than that. And Yazul, all those things must die, because nothing must interfere with what he's set in motion, which is just the day-to-day outplay of the humans. Okay. Basically, when you come across people who are considered to be either heretics, not non-believers, but people who are directly in opposition of the decrees of Yazul, you bust up their shit in honor of Yazul. You destroy their implements and their tools that they were using that were undermining his will. Okay, so that's what you're seeing. You're seeing basically somebody's stuff was destroyed in honor of Yazul, and you're thinking that probably there was a priest of Mitara that was amongst these guys. And that's when Begrin chimes in. It appears that we have some Yazul worshippers. I'm thinking now that these men in the dirt, they're not bandits. More likely mercenaries of a mercenary troop. They obviously had a priest of Mitara with them. Perhaps one of the heads that we passed, one of those men were the priest of Mitara.
So this isn't an offering we would be expected to make.
No.
That let us not make.
They even kill priests here.
Anyone who defies Yazul is fair game here. Even you.
Might not break the laws then.
The one law that is above all is that Yazul is the god to be followed above all others.
Well, then, we will be Yazul followers wherever we go. Yes.
And Begrim says, some of us won't even have to pretend.
What should we know about Yazul? What teachings should we pretend to know?
Nothing. You are outsiders. Don't worry.
Does Yazul have any sort of minor gods that we should
No.
be aware of? Is there any
You did
hierarchy?
You did not plan to interfere with his children, do you? I am taking you to the past so you can go into Vindia, away from Kashem, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Then you have nothing to worry about.
All right.
Sure, it was just a coincidence.
Man, I wonder if that dude you killed was that priest.
Of all the heads we've seen,
Maybe his connection to his god was keeping him alive just a little bit longer.
That couldn't be.
Maybe you could have dug him up and he could have helped you.
what's it called?
Never gonna save him in time.
Nah, probably not. He was a goner. He was definitely.
That man was nothing but our contingency plan. Let's move on.
That's right. That's right.
We must make haste to this hat.
Let's find somebody for me to kill. I mean, let's move on.
Okay, so you guys start traveling again, and you're traveling for maybe an hour. So it's still a little ways before it would be getting towards nighttime or time to camp again. And Begrin points out and he goes, "You see the dust?" And at first he points it out to you guys, and you're kind of like, because you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, because the wind is blowing so quick, and then just then you see like a little wisp of it here and there. He goes, "Those riders are ahead."
Are they coming toward us?
I'm sorry, what?
Are they coming toward us, or are they going away?
They seem to be stationary, as if they're milling about. That's why you can barely see the dust, even with
How
the
many?
wind. I don't know. I can't see them.
Continue.
Continue.
Yeah.
The only way toward the hag.
Yes. Like I said, the only thing we would have to fear is bandits, and I don't think that there's going to be bandits around here. Not with this type of stuff happening. There's obviously combat. Mercenaries fighting each other.
No bandits then.
Probably not. But I can't say for sure. Okay. So he
I mean,
starts...
that's good.
He starts
Yes,
leading you guys, and then as you guys are like traveling, you go for like about another 15 minutes, and then there's a as you're riding along up onto a hill in front of you, maybe roughly about 50 yards up onto the top of the hill comes riding a rider, and he stops, just a lone guy. He's got chain on and a helm, and he's got the chain connected to the bottom of his helmet that hangs down. He's got a spear with him, and he looks and he sees you. He's just like making eye contact with you guys for a couple of heartbeats, and then he turns the horse and he rides back down, out of sight.
Well, we've been made. Excellent.
I think
We're going
we're
to find it one way or another.
Okay. As you guys go and you get to that hill where he was at and you crest it, you see down maybe about 100 yards away, and this guy's horse is basically getting to where there is a bunch of horses. Roughly, you see down there around 25 riders. Okay. You see about 10 of those guys off of their horses, and you see them digging holes, and you see tied up and on the ground on their knees with their hands tied behind them 5 guys.
5 guys.
Some guys?
Say what?
Nothing.
2 stones.
Yeah. And so the guy goes down there, and you see that rider goes down, and he's talking with the riders that are there, and they look up at you and they see you, and some person in armor waves you to come
Why would
down.
we know? Can we just avoid this?
I wouldn't recommend it.
You would not recommend it? This has nothing to do with us.
We can't outrun these men.
And we're outnumbered too.
I'm going to look at... Just give a quick look at my camel's legs. Yeah.
Oh, we've killed giant birds before. We can probably kill some dudes on horses. I don't know. It
I
seems-
don't see any need to be killing anybody. Maybe we just talk our way
And
through.
Begrim points and he goes, "Look closely at all of their saddles. You'll see on the side. You see the bows? We are not outriding these men. Best to go and talk with them. If they are a mercenary troop, as I think they are, we won't need to fear anything.
I'll trust you.
I am your guide, is what you pay me for."
Sure.
And he starts
go
leading you
talk to
guys
this guy.
down. Okay. As you get closer, here I need to change a little something here. These are what the guys look like.
Picture tap. Hey.
All right. Let me move it a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so there's one of the horsemen. I'm doing this to show the people at home. Then you got guys that kind of got like a leather or a cloth type armor. Then also you can't really see that one guy. Let me get that so it's in the picture so everybody can see him.
Cloth is not armor, by the way.
Well, it's a cloth sewn type of I can't go into it, but yeah, it's an armor. It's not like a shirt. It's like a bunch of layers of denim on top of each other
It's
sewn
padding.
together.
It's,
Yeah.
provides 11 AC plus dex.
There you go. There it is. Let me, so I can change this. Where's it at? There it is. Let me change this over a little bit so everybody can see the other guy. There we go. There we go. Okay, here, now I can transition it over. Okay, then you can see some of the guys, they have like scale on. They have those pot helms with the things hanging down, or they have that like scale mailed armor to them. Okay, so that's what you're seeing. That's how the guys are all armored up. And as you start coming down, two of them detach and start riding up towards you. One of them has this has that like gold scale on, has a helm. The other dude, which is kind of brutish, is kind of wearing that white, sort of like the guy with the axe and the shield looking thing. But the dude is huge. He's easily pushing almost 7 foot tall. And the horse that he's on is this just massive beast. The other person that's riding with him is a woman dressed in this armor. And she's got raven, like black, dark hair that you can see underneath and around the outskirts of her helmet, underneath it, that's blowing around. They come riding up and they, come within basically 10 feet. And the woman asks, how many of you guys speak Kishemite?
Not me.
I don't.
Okay,
think
Joplin
I
does.
do.
I think you do, Phoenix. I'm going to double check.
Let's see.
Kishemite.
No, just Chanel, Bavagan, and Galkin.
Okay, so you know. All right, so
And a little
it's-
pigeon Vindian.
It's got to be Ari is the other one that speaks it, and she's unconscious up on the back of a camel right now.
Excellent.
So,
Perfect. Good workout.
Yeah. So you'll be able to understand what's being said. So she comes over. Who there? Who are you? Who are these people? And Begram says to her, hello, these are travelers. They actually come from the Shanish Empire. I've picked them up at the Red Fort. I'm taking them to passage up to Fort Thanja. They are headed towards Vindia. Vindia? Interesting, says the lady. And she, moves her horse and she starts, doing a circle of you guys looking. Such unique individuals. Look at this one. Ooh. And she stops her horse right next to you, Brian.
Oh,
Because you're dressed up in your armor and shit, right? Got your
Yep.
spear, and she's like, ooh. She looks back over her shoulder. And
What did she say?
She says to the really big dude, let me make sure I get his name right. Yeah. Oh, Farzan. This one here looks like a true warrior. And that one, I would give a gold for a copper if this one did not fight in the pits. Look at him. You can tell by the scars on his face. She's pointing at
Why are they
Phoenix.
pointing at me?
they've got you made for who you are.
And she's riding
me?
around,
Fighter and pretty boy.
and she goes, this one is, I think this one is a priest. Is this one a priest? Guide? And he goes, I'm not sure.
Yeah, the priest, that's fine.
and
Priest
what-
is good.
Yes, he says he's a priest.
Shanna shall, so.
And she goes, oh, he's a priest. What god does he serve?
You,
Oh.
priest of Azul. It's fine, I got this. I've done this.
Begrin goes, do not say that. She will test your knowledge. And he's saying it back to you in, you're talking Shanish, right?
I'm talking Shanish to
Okay.
him, yes.
She says in Shanish, a Yazul priest, huh? Oh, very
In
interesting.
Hashem, I will reply to her, yes, indeed, sister.
And she comes riding up to you. Really? You don't look like a Yazul priest. Not nearly as uptight as most of the ones that we see in Yazulban. What is with the woman? And she doesn't even break her eye contact with you. She just points up at the camel where Ari's at.
She
Well, I
likes
thought
those
you'd have her,
ribbons in her
covered
hair.
in a tarp.
Well, I don't know. Do you have her completely wrapped up? Like you have her face
I thought we were
covered?
just
not for the ride.
I would assume she'd be like a baby swaddled all up, but her face would be out so she could breathe okay.
Yeah, I think she's
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
at
we
least
can establish
somewhat
that.
visible.
Yeah, you're right. Oh well. Oh well.
So
Basically, it's the body.
and
yeah.
she's speaking in Shanish now, so you guys can all understand her. But she's looking right at you, Joplin, and she puts, "What's with the woman?
She likes those ribbons in her hair.
Don't play coy with me, priest." Ah, I have a great idea. Come, what is your name, priest?
I am Mayfair.
Ah, Priest Mayfair, from the Shanish Empire, a priest of Yazul. Come, say the last rites over the sacrifices we are about to give to the dread god. It will give you this honor.
I will.
You will.
Say the last rites as I know them from whatever religion, but I will say them in.
Roll that dice.
No, I'm picking a
What's it
language.
gonna be?
I know a lot of languages.
He's trying to pick when he doesn't think this chick's gonna speak is what he's doing.
Doesn't matter. Will's gonna say, "Oh, she knows it."
No, not necessarily. We'll see which one he pulls out of
I'm
his
joking.
ass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Rythun.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one to go with. There's
I do speak it.
There's a slim chance that she'll know it, but it's slim. So the higher she gets, the better chance she has of knowing it. She doesn't know it, but you wouldn't know that anyway until you started saying it.
So I'm rolling the dice. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm just giving you a Betty. I'm giving you a bone.
What?
Just throwing that bone out there for you. She goes, "Come. The holes are almost done. I am Samira, Pastar. We are part of the Broken Lances. These poor unsufferables, part of the Strong Arm Company. Fools. Yes.
Not too strong, it seems.
You're correct. Perhaps you're not a pretender after all. We shall see.
What was their sin? Who do they?
Sin? No sin. They're in the employ of Kor. They were attempting to escort caravan through Yazoban territory. Fools. So they
Yeah, my
suffer.
apologies. I'm not familiar with the
No.
ways of your land.
And she rides up to you and she goes, I wouldn't suspect you would. You are a specimen. Look at you. Interesting. Come! Eat! Drink with us! And help us watch the last rites and the offerings we give to Yazul of these fools. Come!
Watch
I'll look
closely,
at
Joplin.
Joplin, you're taking it.
I got this. We're fine.
Begrin kind of like backpedals he rides his camel over to you, Brian, and he goes, "There's a possibility your friend might kill himself here." Just so you know."
What are these last rites involved?
It's essentially offering up the souls of these men to Yazul. That's all.
Just words?
Just words. But I don't know this woman. I know of the Broken Lances, but if she is offended by a pretender priest, I couldn't say.
How
Some
far
people-
are we?
Some people take their religion a little more seriously than others.
I would like to.
We're whispering.
Yes, they're whispering.
How far are we from
Joplin has a particular gift with reading people.
He does.
I
And
want him-
bullshit. And bullshit.
I want to read her to try to get
Do it.
a sense of if she's gonna, how I can make her buy my bullshit.
Give us a roll.
I would like to Benny that
Go ahead.
Yeah.
and try this again.
There you
That
go.
looks better.
Okay,
That
you
looks
got an
better.
8. That's good.
I'll go with that.
You can tell that she's just going through the motions here. She doesn't really give it 2 red cents about the last rites. She's just conducting her business, her orders of taking out the strong arm mercenaries. So you can tell she's not really overly concerned about it. She's more into just flipping you shit because she read you, especially after Begrin already told you that you guys came out of the Shanish Empire's like a Yazulian priest out of the all right. And this dude's pale as shit. Who is this guy? Okay. So she's fucking with you is what it is.
Okay, so this is kind of low stakes for Joplin.
It's low stakes unless you make it high stakes. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna try to just sort of glean what I've seen from the other burieds of the heads and the breaking of the equipment. Is there equipment laying around?
Actually, there is. There's quite a
Okay,
bit of equipment there.
for each of the victims here, Joplin is going to break a piece of their equipment. Put a sword on the ground.
Okay, so tell me exactly what you're going to do. So everybody rides down into this place. They've got all these horses. There's 10 guys dismounted. There's 15 mounted. The mounted guys are just sitting there watching. The 10 guys that were down were the ones that just finished digging these 5 holes, and now they're getting ready to take these dudes and dump them into the hole and fill in the holes. That's where they're at. Okay, you came down with Samira and that guy Farzan, the really big dude,
And I will follow close behind.
Okay.
No, this is gonna be good. This is all gonna work.
I mean, I'm there too. We're all following, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he will begin with a big production, as if he is calling forth to the gods. He will do this in Rythun, and if anybody interrupts him, he would say, "Do you dare not interrupt the prayers?"
Okay. I'm going to make one roll because
wait.
there's plenty of guys here. If I roll a natural 20, one of these guys speaks Rythunian. Okay.
No, don't you dare!
Here we go.
Don't you dare!
Oops. I'll get rid of that. There we
I am
go.
going to speak some words.
Whoa, he got a 19. Oh, so there's like one guy you see on the horse going, pretty sure that's Rythunian he's speaking there. It's like, really? That dude's a Rythunian. He's speaking in. Okay.
Oh,
For
God.
for
Okay.
they're all together being prepared to be pushed into their holes?
Yeah, and surprisingly, the dudes that are there you notice that, for one, they're all roughed up. None of them are without injury, okay?
Yeah, no, that's good.
And they seem to be a little, like, kind of out of it. Like, maybe they're
That's
drugged.
even better. Joplin will. Before each one of them, place a sword with their sword on like a stone so that he could step on it, break it in front of each one of them. I will ask them to put the men in the holes.
In
And then-
Rythunian?
No, I will just motion for them to, like, now is the time.
Okay, they start putting the guys into the hole. Now, I'm going to keep...
Wait, one more thing.
Okay,
I want to use my barrier spell.
okay.
Fill the holes with some dirt.
Okay.
Just make it.
After
make it
they get
come
in,
out.
yeah, okay. Make it kind of like come up around them sort of stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Now, as this is all going on, okay,
Terrible idea.
Samira is standing, well, not standing, she's on her horse. I'm assuming that Brian is still on his camel.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
I don't know what we're doing.
She's on her horse next to you, and she goes, "So, what's your name?"
Brian,
Brian. That's a good name. Where's that from? You don't seem from around here. You're awful pale. Handsome, though, but pale.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I turned to her only to answer, then I focused on the ritual.
Well, don't be shy, Brian. I am a captain of the Broken Lances. I'm a very good friend to have, especially in these lands. Tell me, who are your friends? Where are you coming? You're going to Vindia.
Yes.
I see. So your
I'm sorry,
friend...
I'm just watching this ritual here.
Yes, interesting this ritual is. I've never quite seen this version of it before. He does have a way with the tongues, doesn't he?
It's got a nice big payoff at the end.
Quite
with the dirt
pleasant.
rings.
I am
Yes.
watching with tenful eye.
And basically, so she's going to keep, like, talking to you while this is going on. Where did you get that armor?
Had it made.
Who made such... Do you mind? Can I touch it?
Sure.
She reaches
Sure.
up, because you're a little bit higher than her on your camel. She exquisite. My goodness, it must be light. It feels light. Is it light? How durable is such a thing?
Hmm.
Who made this?
I fortunately have never had it tested.
Who made this for you?
I honestly don't know their name.
But where?
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Hey, you're not there.
Honestly, I wound up there by accident. And with this, I'm going to look at her and just my innocent smile, because I am telling the truth. I didn't know where I was going at that point.
We should have dinner together tonight. You can stay with my men. We'll feed you. We can share stories. I can inquire more about these things you don't know. It would be a great time. I would be completely honored. Completely.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but we're on our own journey at this point.
Oh, that's right. You head towards the fort, correct?
We are heading toward the pass, yes.
Then we shall accompany you.
Nah,
Be a guard. It would be a shame to have you run into some of these strong-arm mercenaries. There are some out here still, or bandits even more, or maybe there's still the possibility the closer you get to the mountains of Kolisti tribesmen. I insist, you must allow us to accompany you to ensure your safe passage. And your friend, your sick friend. I do have a doctor that could take a look at her. It's a shame we had to kill the Mitaran priest. Maybe he would have been able to help a little bit more.
At this moment, is our Joplin getting like more dramatic?
Yes, and right about then, after she says that, you hear-
I'm not going to answer her. I'm just going to gesture at what's he doing now.
Okay, there's a collective gasp as you raise up the dirt around the guys, and like there's like a bunch of people like kind of step back and whatnot, and it draws her attention back, and she rides up her horse closer to it and goes. She looks at you and looks back into the hole. Now the dirt just kind of came up around them and like grabbed onto them.
Yes, it's if they are in a hole that doesn't have much room, I can create, at least 5 feet of dirt
Yes.
in columns.
Okay.
So
Begrin now rides up alongside Brian, and he goes, "It appears that your friend forgot when I said that they do not like people of magic."
I heard no such thing.
I heard that. Actually, I wrote that down.
And so
At that
she...
point,
Go ahead.
I'm going to reach for my spear. At least, I assume my spear is like bounded somewhere.
I would
I'm going
assume
to-
that you're holding it.
No,
on
if
your
I'm just
stirrup?
casually riding.
Okay.
It's probably bound, but I'm gonna put my hand where the clasps are. I'm not gonna respond because I'm like, shit, you're right in my head. I'm just getting ready.
Okay. And she writes down, she looks at what you did in the pit, and she looks back at you and she goes, "Priest, you truly are talented. Oh my, look at this.
Spirit of Yazul is strong with me.
Very. Can you do that again for me? I wish to see your divine power in action. It would be an honor to see your divine power in action. Obviously, you are truly blessed."
I hate this. Well, There were 10.
5. 10 guys doing the barrel, 5 guys that were being put in holes.
Oh, okay. Well, I can do like 5 feet of dirt. I figure each hole's got about a foot of dirt. If there were 10, I could do it again. But seems like the holes are I've already been filled. I will, however, stay until at least the first 2 have passed on to the next realm.
Yes. Can you make the earth go away as well? Do you have such command? Are you that powerful?
This is the will of Yazul. It is not mine to.
Yes. Tell me, where is your symbol?
As you can see, we are trying to travel incognito. We
Yes, I
didn't
do.
expect to come
And
across
then you hear
the need.
from Farzin, you hear, we should kill them all now. He's obviously some sort of dark sorcerer. And he says that in Shanish.
And I put my fucking fists out.
And he's just, he hefts his axe and puts it on his shoulder, and he rides down next to Samira. He goes,
Spear out, of course, comes undone.
I will tell her in Kashem there's no reason her man has to die.
you wish to challenge him. Oh, all right. All right. We can do this. She turns and she looks back and looks up at you guys and goes, I think this is fair. Your freedom of passage can be secured and guaranteed in a trial by combat before Yazul's eyes. My man, Farzin, against this dark sorcerer. Oh, yes. What do you say? She's
Joplin, I
looking
don't
down
think
at
this is
you,
such a
Joplin.
good idea.
Do you have another idea?
I don't know. See if we can arrange a 3-on-3.
I think it is your friend's decision, not yours, Gladiator. Or we could just kill all of you for the infidels you are.
I think
giving
I
you
like
an
that
option.
plan a lot better.
I have just buried 5 of
The
your
15 guys on
victims.
horses just pull out their bows. They pull out arrows.
Of course, the trial by combat is always welcome.
Joplin, I don't think this is a good idea. I like her.
What you want me to do about this thing?
And she turns,
I say
and she wheels her horse around, and she's looking back at you guys and goes, you do understand, it's the law.
What?
He is claimed to be a priest of Yazul. And then in claiming and being a priest of Yazul, then use dark sorcery to try and convince us of such, knowing full well that Yazul forbids it.
Yazul forbids it?
You really should pay
You're
attention more.
not helping
Somebody
your
should have passed that
case.
along.
We don't know these laws.
Belgrin,
Really?
Little help, people.
Belgrin told you guys that before you rode down in there.
I don't remember the magic
about
part.
Yazul, yeah, and about the it's like that was
We-
why
he
they break
told the
they
law.
break the weapons and stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, he told us the lore of the gods, but we didn't know it was a law. So I'm going to tell her that we didn't know the laws of these lands.
Exactly why I'm giving you the opportunity to sever your ties, but if Yazul decides that he is in his favor, he shall win, and you get to freely leave.
He
All
is
right,
on-
Joplin, brain this guy and let's get out of here.
Seems fair.
But you don't want to do this.
No, I don't.
Ah,
But do you have something else you could offer?
such as what?
Well, you're the one in the predicament. Make me an offer.
He swings an axe, you say?
Yeah, that dude's fucking huge. And he swings
Fucking
an axe.
huge.
Yeah.
Swings an axe.
Yeah. You could
How do you-
probably
how-
you could probably mind control him. You never know.
Well, that was my plan.
Yeah, and if you're successful, you're pretty good.
And if I'm not, I'm dead. But
probably.
all right.
But she said she just told you make her an offer.
How about we make some wagers instead? Everybody get out your money.
So you
God.
wish to have the challenge.
Yes, absolutely. It's just one man, right?
Yes, just you against my men.
And no tricks.
No, I give you my word.
All right.
As a duly designated representative of the city-state of Yezelbach, if you defeat my man, you defeat my man. And you will have free passage to the pass.
Well, why not?
Excellent. All right. So
Sorry for
they
the
all
loss.
spread out a little bit more. All the other guys that were down, helping the other 10, they get on their horses, they get up on, and everybody has weapons out.
Do that
And
now.
basically, they leave in the center. My man Farzan gets down off of his horse. He's got his big ass axe, and it's basically you and him in the center
Can
of these
I-
riders.
Can I approach Joplin for a moment before the fight?
These
You
two.
can next week.
Oh,
This is
Okay.
where we're going to end the episode. It's going to be a little bit early, but I can't get into this combat right now. This will take entirely too long. And then we'll get Ari back and see what happens with that.
and she'll wonder why Joplin's
I mean,
dead.
what's gonna happen? She's gonna snap out of it mid-combat?
Who knows? Who knows what
Mhm.
happens? I wasn't going to totally screw her over like that. She's not going to be like, okay, hey, welcome back. Just sit there and do nothing. We'll get to you. We'll see what happens with it.
I do not remember the god saying he didn't like magic. I thought this was going to be
Yeah,
impressive.
honestly, you didn't hear it, which I think kind of makes sense too. That's realistic. Some
It's
people-
totally realistic because
That was my
basically
notice roll.
basically what happened is Begrin started talking about it, and what happened was it was a back and forth between Begrin and Brian, because he was like, yes, and Yazul says this, and Brian's like, yes, I remember that. I read that in the one because he rolled really good. And so basically while they're doing that and Begrin's talking about it, this is what Joplin starts doing.
I have the other things on my mind. yes.
Exactly.
You were messing with the banner actually during that time.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention either. I don't remember him saying that. Otherwise, I would have tried to warn you.
That's all right. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
She gave you an option to pay her off, and you didn't take that.
Nah, we got too much money.
Exactly. For situations like this.
No,
Like
no.
we have a lot of money.
If you have a lot of money with a bandit, they'll take it all.
These aren't
And-
bandits.
No, they will be when they find out how much money we've got.
These are mercenaries. You mean
Yeah.
to tell me you keep it all in one purse? You're one of those types. You don't like have it stashed in different pockets. You go, all right, well, this is
have
my
two
last of it.
stashes. I have my stash and I have Phoenix's stash.
Right?
Yeah, he's got my money too.
We
Most of
never
it.
discussed separating money, which would be smart.
Yeah. Not to mention that Ari has a ton of money on her stuff.
Exactly. We can't.
What
You
was the
know-
dude's name that was in the group with you? The other wizard that ended up dying.
Ryland,
What was his name?
Rylan.
Ryland had a shit ton of cash on him.
Yeah, that
And
was his
Ari
quality.
took that.
She never
Yeah.
told us.
it doesn't
I
concern
think
me.
she has. I think she let it slip at one point that she had his money.
I made my money betting on Phoenix.
That's true. That's true.
Me
Anyway,
too.
And I'm
All
loaded.
3 copper or whatever I made off it.
right? Totally. All right. Well,
I
with-
got 75 gold still waiting for me
What?
back in Lysena.
I have 7.
I have 11.
And that's what I have waiting for me. That's not
See?
even what I brought with me. That's
you
that
could have
stupid
paid
paper
her
for-
off to the point where she would have been your new best friend.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
Think-
it's
Mercenaries, bandits, they're the same.
better to upset a mercenary company and get into a combat with them.
Look, I'm sorry they're gonna lose their axe guy.
Yeah, it's
I
real
agree.
possible. It's really
Bandits
possible.
and mercenaries are kind of the same thing.
Yeah, they all do it for coin. So
I'm gonna puppet him. I'm gonna make him swing his axe around.
there you go.
You
I'm
can just
gonna
tell him
make-
to kill himself.
Then I'm gonna
yeah,
no,
but
no,
that's too obvious.
I'm going to make him hold a pose for a minute, and then maybe I'll burrow into the ground, pop up behind him, and stab him in the neck.
Yeah, because that's a way to do it, to show that you really are an evil sorcerer. So yeah, let's go for broke.
That
Somebody
would be
said
good.
he could have been God chosen.
He
They
could have
don't
been.
like magic. That's right.
Yeah.
They didn't say he couldn't use magic in the fight.
No,
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 not.
no, they didn't say that at all. But the god they worship says dark sorcery is a big no-no.
Well, if the axe guy's representing him and he gets defeated by sorcery, what does that say? What does that say? I don't know.
That says that you might get free passage to the past, but the name of Mayfair is really going to have some bad connotations to it connected
He's
to,
used to that.
to Kashem. All right. Anyway, we'll figure all that out next week. Hey, I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in to this episode. I do apologize for getting started a little bit late, but it was still good. And we're ending just a little bit early because really to go on from here, it's probably going to take us way past the time of when we should be on. So we'll just leave it on this cliffhanger and get ready for next week. So let's go ahead and have these fine individuals sign off. Let's start with good old Tony.
Hey, everybody. I am Joplin, soon to die Mayfair. I got lots of bennies. I got a ton of bennies. I'm going to end up spending a ton of bennies, but I'll be fine. And you can catch me here on Wednesdays doing this show. On Saturdays doing a vampire show. You should tune into that. You
2
can
p.m.
catch me on YouTube at Uncle Tony. Oh, yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays.
Yes.
Uncle Tony on YouTube for my reaction videos with a Catholic and a Jew, and Twitter, Stupid Tony at Stupid Tony, stupid with 2 O's, Tony with 1. That's how you remember.
There it is.
Yeah, I was like, who's this cahoots guy?
It's me again. I did that before, and it was like, hey, why am I not following us? And then I was like, oh shit, I just followed with an alt account, my old account from when I used to do a streaming show.
That's all right.
Awesome.
We appreciate it. So, with that having been said, that's a great segue. Hey, Dylan, go ahead.
Hey, despite what it looks like in the chat, I'm Dylan Trahan. And I played Phoenix tonight, and you can follow me pretty much everywhere as Dylan Trahan. I'm Villain Trahan here on Twitch.
All right. And last but not least, Jonathan.
Hello, my name's Jonathan. I played Brian. And stay tuned for some more action next week. It's going to be quite the thrill ride, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Good times. All right. Well,
I don't know what anybody's worried about.
nobody's worried. Nobody's worried.
Nobody's worried.
We'll
Nobody's
see.
Yeah, nobody's worried. With that having been said, I am Will DM. I'm the game master for this here game, the Savage Worlds game that we play every Wednesday here at 9 p.m. Eastern Time is when we start. Every Tuesday we have at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Greyhawk Presents. We're currently doing Ghost of Saltmarsh, getting into the final stages of that game. Every Monday we have the role-playing talk show, the Downroll, that Adam and I do. And then every Saturday, which last week was the first week, so second episode of Saturday Morning Superheroes will be starts at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And then at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, like Tony said, Windy City Kindred is on the channel as well. So, yeah. That's about it. I want to say thank you very much for everybody for tuning in. I want to say thank you very much for everyone who followed and for everybody who subscribed, and very much so. And if you know anybody else that you think might enjoy seeing somebody make a mockery of somebody else's religion and then get into a duel, and tell them this is the show for them. So
Yeah.
least we're
And
not
thank you
murder
for
hobos.
the bit war that happened.
yeah, that was
during the
that was
stream
way
thing.
cool. That was really cool.
Yeah.
So with that having been said, I want to say thank you to everybody and peace out and have a good evening.